Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SBL Key Exam Tips for exams in June 2023. I am your tutor, Kashif Kamran. Let's have a quick analysis of the key exam tips for the SBL exams, which can positively contribute towards your success in the upcoming exams. Now, first of all, if we take a holistic overview of the SBL paper in terms of the time management, you all are aware that you have a total of 240 minutes, which is to be bifurcated between reading and planning time and the writing time. Now, in terms of the reading and planning time, you have 60 minutes. And the key task you are doing within the 60 minutes is reading through the background information, task, and exhibits. But the key intake of the first 60 minutes is the retention and absorption. And I'll be emphasizing on that shortly. In terms of the 180 minutes where you have the writing time, the most important things you are doing is that you are writing the 80 technical marks. But you're writing the 80 technical marks in such a way that you're also increasing your opportunities to fetch most of the 20 professional marks. Now, how would you ensure that you are excelling on the reading and planning time? And how would you ensure you are excelling on the writing time in terms of this holistic overview you are looking at in front of your screen? Let's go one by one. First into the reading and planning time, and let's see what exactly you need to do in the first 60 minutes, and then into the writing time, what you need to do later in the 180 minutes. Now, first of all, in terms of the reading and planning time, which is the 60 minutes, extraction of information, loads of information, which includes the background information, which includes the task, which includes the exhibits. On the word processor holds the key for the first 60 minutes. I have demonstrated this in my free webinars, which are available on YouTube. And I have demonstrated this for my regular student as part of the paid course. So I'm not going into it, but you have access to the free resources and you have access to my paid resources, whatever type of student you are. Extraction of information. Now, what sort of information are you extracting in the first 60 minutes? You are extracting information from the background information, where you will get across who you are in the case study, your role in the case study. You will get to know something about industry, something about company, what they do, what is their objective, what is their mission. You do get that background information on the right panel of your screen when you're attempting the paper. Now, from that background information, try to extract the critical information about your organization or the industry in which the organization is operating. Then reading through the task, and from each task, ensuring that you are copy pasting the task in the word processor. You're copy pasting critical information into the word processor at every step of extracting information. So you read the background information, extract the key information onto the word processor. We are reading through the task, copy each task on the word processor, analyze each task, see what you need to do in each task, how many technical marks you have for each task, look at the number of points you need to develop for each requirement, look at the professional skill marks which you need to demonstrate when you're reading through each task, and then reading through the exhibits. And when you're reading through the exhibits, again, extracting information from the exhibits relevant to a task. If you find something relevant to the task number one, copy paste that information under the task one. If you found something relevant to the task two, copy paste that under the task two, and in the same way you go on. Extraction is holding the key, because when you're reading through, you will get some important information which you believe is important. And when you know the task, when you have copy pasted the task on the word processor, you know exactly what is to be done in each task. Wherever you find the relevant information for that task, when reading through the exhibit, you need to ensure that is copy pasted under the relevant task. After 60 minutes are over, your word processor, where you have extracted information, where you've extracted the key information from the background, from the task, from the exhibits, is now the launching pad for a well-crafted execution and success. This first 60 minutes holds the key. This first 60 minutes is the investment you are doing, which will give you a good return in terms of a well-crafted answer. Now, the amount of information you read through in the first 60 minutes, if that is not absorbed, if that is not retained, that's useless. So when you are putting the investment in the first 60 minutes and you're reading through the load of information, try to ensure that there is a very good extraction on the word processor, as demonstrated in my webinars, and ensure that this extraction will then result into a quality answer. If you're not extracting, you're not retaining. If you're not extracting, you're not absorbing, because at the end of the 60 minutes, you will forget everything. So if there is no annotations, there is no highlighting, there is no copy paste, there is no evidence of what you read in the word processor, what have you done for the first 60 minutes? Nothing. So please ensure you put this first 60 minutes in the right manner in the upcoming exams. The next thing is writing, where you have 180 minutes. Everything is dumped on the word processor after 60 minutes. Just use the information and start with writing a good answer. You have already dumped information, right, on the word processor, and you have already extracted key information on the word processor in the first 60 minutes. Now, that is the launching pad. Now, that is what you need to see for the next 180 minutes. You are not looking at any other screen beside the word processor. The word processor is your main screen, and you're then writing the answer using the information which is on the word processor, and you are removing all extra information from the word processor which is not used in developing the answer. So try to realize the importance of that launching pad, of that word processor, which holds the key in the later 180 minutes in terms of you writing a very good answer. Now let's see what sort of things you need to do when you're writing an answer, which is not just fetching the technical marks, but also the professional marks. Starting with the right structure, the right format of the answer, and in which format you need to write it, a letter, a report, a memo, whatever. Start with that. Put the answer in the right structure. Number two, headings and subheadings. That's something very critical in the SBL paper. That's part of the journal professionalism, using headings and subheadings. When you're writing a theoretical answer, headings and subheadings is part of professionalism. It really makes the life of the marker easier when the marker is marking your paper. Try to segregate your answers between headings and subheadings. They really add value in terms of the marks you will be fetching. Reasonable length of a paragraph for each well-explained points. Don't drag the paragraph. Don't make each paragraph lengthy. Try just to limit each paragraph to maximum 4 sentences. If you're trying to write more than 4 sentences, break the point, but don't write in very long paragraph. That is not something the marking team for SPL likes. And again, that is part of journal professionalism, to develop a point into a reasonable length up to maximum 4 sentences and then move on to the next point, rather than just dragging one point or bringing too many information in one point, which could have been split into different headings and subheadings. Explain the number of points needed versus marks. Choose the best one. If there is an 8 marks technical requirement, dividing it by 2 means you're writing 4 good points. Now, in the case study, you might find 5, 6, 7, but try to choose the best one on which you can put a proper evaluation, or on which you can put a proper analysis. That is extremely important. So explain the number of points versus the marks. And when you must be reading the task in the first 60 minutes, at that point in time, you must have decided, looking at the number of marks, how many points I need to extract from the case study. Now, try to choose the ones you are good at writing, where you can put a proper analysis, a proper evaluation, because you need to take the right judgments in the context of 180 minutes to excel or to increase the prospects of you passing the SBL paper. Don't repeat a point, at least within one task. You can rephrase a point in a different perspective in a different task, but within a single task, don't repeat the same point again, even from a different perspective, So don't repeat a point. Case connectivity and absorption. You have already dumped information in the first 60 minutes while you were reading through the exhibits, and you've dumped information for each task under each. So there is a possibility of having a strong case connectivity. If there is a lot of copy paste in the first 60 minutes and you've dumped that under each task, there is a strong case for you doing a connectivity and absorption. Because if you're not connecting the case, if you're not absorbing the case, your answer is not blended with the case. You're trying to write more of generic stuff, but not case specific stuff. You are not just losing technical marks, but you're also losing professional marks, because a well-connected answer, a well-absorbed answer, which is relevant to the case information and case facts, the story which the examiner told you, and you read that in the first 60 minutes, holds the key. Demonstrate the professional marks request by the examining team by following the prompt given. Every time the examining team tells you professional skill marks are available for commercial acumen, or for demonstrating analysis skill, or for demonstrating evaluation skill, they also tell you how. I've covered this in my free webinars and my paid webinars, and I've emphasized on that try to read the professional skill statement carefully, because in that professional skill statement, the examining team will tell you that you need to demonstrate a certain skill, but they will also then tell you how. If you read that how, if you read that prompt, you will be able to deliver, or you will be able to demonstrate that tone or that skill in a more professional manner. Please do watch my free webinars if you are not connected with me as a student. And if you are my regular student, then you must be knowing this from my paid webinars, that how to go about demonstrating the professional mark request. Give conclusions where necessary. A lot of time, the requirements ask you to analyze something, or to evaluate something, or to assess something. And look at these terms: assess, evaluate, analyze. So when you are evaluating something, or you are assessing something, and you're analyzing something, it's very appropriate that as a strategic business leader, you give a conclusion. So conclusion, where necessary, try to bring that as part of your regular answer. So look at this. This can really enhance the quality of the answer you're writing to impress the marker. This is 180 minutes. But remember, this 180 minutes and the number of points you're looking for to do in the 180 minute all depend upon what you've done in the first 60 minutes. How much information have you extracted in the first 60 minutes, and you have dumped that onto the word processor. Now look at these plus. Right structure is the first plus. Headings and subheadings is the second plus. Length of the paragraph is the third plus. Number of points and choosing the best one is the plus. Don't repeat a point is a plus. Case connectivity is a plus. Professional marks and demonstrating them in the manner the examining team wants you is a plus. And give conclusions where necessary is a plus. If you bring all these plus into your answer, you have a significant chance of scoring, you're not just passing the paper, you're scoring very good marks in SBL. That is extremely important. Now, moving towards other key exam tips for SBL. First of all, if you are not connected with me as a student, then you can watch the free webinars on my YouTube channel. You can see the link right at the bottom of the screen, or you can just go to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Kashif Kamran, and you can search the SBL webinars to success, and you can easily find them. But again, if you are my paid students, you have already access to my December 22 and March 23 webinars, and I've guided how to read and how to plan. So please ensure that you try to maximize the benefit of reading and planning and writing through my webinars. Okay, now the final checklist with just a week away exams, how would you go about ensuring that what should be done in these last 5, 6 days? The final checklist. Number one, practice of the recent papers on the practice platform. That is very, very crucial. Try to practice at least the 3 to 4 recent papers. Try to give time to 3 to 4 recent papers in these last 5 to 6 days ahead of your exams next week. The June 23 mock, please ensure you keep a time for the June 23 mock, which is published by ACC on the practice platform. Go through the June 23 mock. Try to do it 3 to 4 days before your real exam under the exam environment so that you can feel the real challenge coming up. Reading 2 latest examiner reports, because that is very critical, because if you read through the 2 latest examiner reports, you will get lots of advices from the examining team where you can excel your technical marks and professional marks. You will get a lot of criticism and you can learn through that criticism. But I believe this is a very, very important investment you can do in the 2 latest examiner reports in the next 5 days or 6 days you have before exam. And you can really learn lots of good things from the examiner report. You can learn from the advices, you can learn from the criticism, and that can really add value to your upcoming exam setting. The recent articles, I'll just be telling you what recent articles are. Just give me a few minutes. And the 12 articles that should not be missed out. There are some recent articles which are published in the last month or so, which holds the key for the upcoming exams. And there are 12 very important articles which I believe should not be missed out for your upcoming exam settings. So I'll just be shedding light on that. But this is the final checklist. This is the checklist for the last 5, 6 days, right? Ensuring you've covered the syllabus and you have done the broader practice. Okay, now the SBL recent articles. The most recent articles, which has come in the last 2 months, holds the key here. And the most recent ones are the application of new technology, part 1, part 2, part 3, which has been published under the syllabus area E. And this holds the key. Already we have seen in the mock exam for June, a question on cloud and mobile technology. And I believe that in the real exam, we can see something coming out of the application of new technology. Again, primarily the part 3 of the article, which is around the cloud technology, holds the key. But you cannot miss these articles because these are the 3 very important articles, and that shows where is the examiner mindset going in. The examiner mindset is around technology, and examining team has written 3 articles on the application of new technology. So you should read the mindset of the examiner very well ahead of your June 23 exams. The next one, the 12 that should not be missed. Now, these are not recent ones, but these are the 12 that should not be missed and holds key because these are articles which have been published in the zone of last 1 year, or these are articles which really provide you knowledge on a very repetitive area or on a very core area, which comes a lot in the exam paper. So for some reason, these articles have been chosen by me as the 12 that should not be missed out. Let's go one by one in each of the 12. The first one, responsible leadership under the syllabus area A. Now, that is one of a recent article which was published in the last 6 to 7 months. And again, this is an article which is exploring, and examining team can explore it again. So please ensure you read through this article. The next one, environmental and sustainability issues under syllabus area B. Now, this is an important article because, again, we know that SBL examining team focus a lot on environmental issues and sustainability issues in the paper in terms of asking you a requirement. You should have a broader understanding what is your examining team expecting from you in terms of environment and sustainability. So try to read through the mind of the examiner through this article. Then another one under the syllabus area B, diversifying the board. What are advantages of diversifying the board? What are benefits to the organization if they have a diversified board? You can grab all that information from this article. The integrated reporting. We know this is such a favorite area of the examiner and is repeated so much. Even if you look at the last 5 to 6 exam settings, you will find this topic being repeated a lot. Knowing the 6 capitals, knowing the benefits of integrated reporting, or why an organization needs an integrated reporting, what benefits the organization can get out of the integrated reporting. Develop that perspective from this article. Then in the syllabus area, C, the market segmentation, a strategic analysis and positioning tool. That is a very important article. We know questions have come in recent papers on customer segmentation, market segmentation. What are benefits to an organization of customer segmentation, market segmentation? Then fourth line of defense, a more recent article under syllabus area D is very important. I do foresee questions coming on fourth line of defense with the examiner using the proper terminology, using four line of defense or using an appropriate model for mitigating risk. So fourth line of defense is something new, is something recent, and you should have a fair idea of that. Then under the syllabus area E, principles and application of e-marketing. We know marketing is the core area for SBL. Knowing the principles of e-marketing, knowing the model around e-marketing, knowing the 6 I's of the e-marketing is very, very important. And in this article, the examining team has also mentioned how this topic will be tested, how this topic can be examined. So if you look at those examples of how this topic can come, you can really benefit from that exam perspective. You will be well prepared to know how this topic will be examined. So please ensure you go through this article in a more effective manner. Then again, under the syllabus area E, cybersecurity, we know that is very important for SBL perspective. Examiner do put a lot of questions on cybersecurity or information controls around information technology. So knowing about cybersecurity, the threats of cybersecurity, the benefits of cybersecurity controls can really benefit you. Applying big data and data analytics in SBL under the syllabus area E is important. This is again a wonderful article where the examining team has guided about how a question could be formulated on big data, the benefits of big data, the advantages of big data, the advantages of data analytics to a given organization. Examining team has given the perspective of how this topic can be examined. So please ensure you read through it. Assessing organization performance under the syllabus area G. So how you assess, we know a lot of questions have come in past paper where you need to evaluate the financial and non-financial performance of an organization. And it's been a frequently asked question of the SBL examining team. So how you assess a performance of the organization, how your examining team wants you to assess the performance. Read through the mind of the examining team so that if a question comes in the exam, analyze or evaluate the financial and non-financial performance, you can do it in a more effective manner. And then the last one, the Baldrige model of performance excellence under the syllabus area H is very, very important. Please ensure you go through this because again, performance excellence is another key area. And again, reading through this article, the examining team will tell you how this model can be examined. If this model is examined, how would the student identify that we need to apply this model? Again, that perspective is given within this examiner article. So please ensure you read through this. It's very, very critical. Another one under the syllabus area H is blockchain, a revolution in making under the syllabus area H. Again, examining team has given a perspective of how a blockchain question can come in SBL. So please ensure you read through that and knowing that how would the examiner put this question in the future exams. Might ask you the benefits of blockchain, might ask you some potential threats of blockchain. So be prepared for that. Performance indicator under the syllabus area H. How would you analyze a performance? What are performance indicators to judge whether the performance of the organization is going good or bad? The key performing indicators, we know KPIs is another very critical area of SBL syllabus, which is examined a lot. So try to brush over this as well. Try to read the exam focus for this article, performance indicator. The good thing is in every examiner article, they've given the exam focus, which tells you how this topic could be examined. And in all these 12 articles, if you read through the exam focus, even the 3 recent articles on application of new technology, you will identify how this could be examined. Because a lot of time the student read the article and then ask the tutor how this could come in. It is given in the article. Read the exam focus paragraph and you will know how this topic will be examined. So this is performance indicator under the syllabus area H, and it's the last of the 12 articles you are reading through. I hope you will benefit from these tips, primarily the 12 most important articles to read, the 3 recent ones, what you should be doing in these last final 5-6 days, and then the best things you can do under the reading and planning time, and the investment in reading and planning time, and how you set the launching pad for writing a very good answer in the 180 minutes. I hope you will benefit from my free webinars if you're not connected with me as a student. And if you are a regular registered student, then you have access to my whole course, including the December and March webinar, which gives guidance on reading and planning time. So I wish you all a very best of luck for your upcoming exams. And I'm Kashif Kamran signing off from this SBL exam tips session for June 23. Take care. Have a nice day. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz.